I want to speak on something that was brought to my attention. There's a brother, Benjamin Dixon. I like him. Don't follow him much as I should, but I intend to fix that. Um, Benjamin Dixon was talking basically the same rhetoric I've been talking, that feeling bad for Trump. No, let fate do what it's supposed to do. Later for that, Felicia. And he put forward he put forward a scenario where Trump comes out of this. Would he change his mind? Would he be a different person? No. And it hit me, it's like Michael Brooks. Those guys, they say stuff that it gets parts of my brain moving that I hadn't even thought about. Guys, we're a lot further down the path to fascism than maybe even much of the left wants to acknowledge. And that's just real talk. Just real talk. Donald Trump has created a base. He's created an aura. He's created an ideology of hatred. He's created he's created too much. And if he came out and said, look, Jimbo, folks, look, I had my road to Damascus moment, and I talked to God, and I went through the fire, and I want y'all to love one another. I want you to love one another, and I want you to respect people different than you. And I want you to, if he did that, if Trump did that, he would destroy his base within 24 hours. Like, they would be like, they killed him. He's a body double. They got an android. I mean, these people, they'll come up with some conspiracy theory, and it'll be violence out here. We're a lot further down the path of fascism than maybe most people want to admit. Where we're getting this stuff almost every couple of weeks about law enforcement, some cop having connections to Nazi groups, some cop having connections to white supremacist groups, and that's just what comes out publicly. I mean, this is how this happens. This is how this works, guys. This isn't just Trump calling people names anymore. You have a military law enforcement structure in America right now. It wouldn't take much. Wouldn't. That movie The Siege with Bruce Willis, that ain't that far off. We just have military folks who aren't willing to do it. But there's a lot of people out here who are very angry, who are very full of rage, who are very isolated, who have the siege mentality to where they think that we are the enemy. Trump's not giving that up. That's his shtick. And Pence has got the religious bigots. He's got the Catholics and all that. That's the stick. Trump's got them with, we're going to go back to the way things were in the 80s. And, these gays and blacks and Mexicans and women, we're going to put all them back in their place. That's what he is. And I don't see that. I don't see Trump or anyone around him ever just coming out and saying that, hey, we shouldn't do this. When Trump came out holding the Bible upside down, you knew what that was. Come on now. You ain't got to be no genius to figure that one out. So he's created a base. He's created a maniacal following of fascists, of jackboots and bootlickers. And that's what this is. He ain't going nowhere. What I mean by that is the image of Trump 45, that's not going anywhere, because he wasn't like that before. He was talking about running Democrat years ago. A lot of things he's a Democrat. That's what always got me is, you guys love him for being a fascist, but Trump traditionally has not been this religious, I'm against abortion. Like Trump has not traditionally been that. He's not a Franklin Graham. He's, that's how you know how desperate white supremacy really is. And the more excuses they make, the clearer that is for all of us to see. So, it isn't just that. Like I said, I really believe that if he was to come out and apologize, because they say a lot of people that have near death experiences, they become better people. They become better people. They're more humbled. They're more willing to go after life. They have a zest for life and all that. I don't wish this on him, but if he went through this, I don't see that out of Trump. I don't. Also, I don't want Trump to apologize. I hate this shit. I hate this fucking shit the left has. That the left is like, well, Republicans are going to do better and we're going to play to their moral sensibilities and all this bullshit that they're going to change. Like, dude, they've made it clear where they stand. They want to protect corporations from getting sued when your ass goes up in that kitchen and gets sick and gets a bunch of people sick. That's what Republicans want to do. That's what they want to give Harvard money. They want to give Ruth Chris money as everybody else loses their jobs. That's where Republicans are at. They don't care about us. They never did. And that's not just a black thing. That's just working class stuff. So, I mean, if he did that, Lindsey Graham, they'd run for cover. They'd run for cover. Come on. So he's stuck with this. And we're stuck with him. Peace.